No, blessed Thursday as we come to our daily encouragement, and we are in First Peter chapter 5. Now, yesterday we talked about Peter encouraging, exhorting a fellow elder, but what is he exhorting him to? Well, it says in content, verse 2. And this week in our Sunday service at East, anyways, we're going to have the Christmas program at Central. At East, it's going to be the content of John the Baptist's message. And so here's the content of Peter's exhortation of what it means to follow. And he says, to tend the flock of God, meaning to be the shepherd of the flock of God. That's where the word pastor comes in. This is where elder and pastor become interchangeable from one another, because the elder of the flock of God is the pastor, the one who is tending the sheep. So tend to the flock of God, exercising in oversight. Others authorities says exercising the oversight or just oversight. Not under compulsion, but willingly as God would have you do it. Now, in the ancient church, sometimes they would force people to be baptized. If you're part of a household, a lot of times if your master got baptized, you got baptized too. And so a lot of times that started to stop in the church because they wanted to not have people forced into salvation, but offered salvation. Now, I'm not in agreement with those who reject infant baptism, because a lot of times they'll have the same argument. They feel like when we're baptizing a child, we're forcing them into the grace of God. No, we're giving them into the grace of God because they need to be saved too. But when we're talking about a position like a shepherd or an elder, yes, it is not something that you should be forced into. Was famous, especially in medieval Italy, to have big families. One would be the successor to the father, or the second one is usually the one sent to the church to become a clergy so that they would be influential in the church system as much as in the secular system. And it was usually the second child became the clergy person, and the other one inherited the wealth. And so Peter is talking about making sure that you're doing your charge, exercising oversight willingly, because you believe God has blessed you with this oversight, and not for sordid gain, but eagerly. Sordid gain, meaning that you're doing it to just for the benefits. That's where the medieval system is called into question many times. It was usually the rich person that had the two sons, one who they trained to take over his wealth, the second one to make sure that his political arrangements, and specifically in the church, were taken care of. Now, it sometimes could be a public official, but many times the second or the third was sent to the seminary to become a pastor. And a lot of times it was to become the personal pastor for the family. And so there was always great influence in having those things. But Peter is exhorting the pastor, exhorting the elder, not to go down that route. That's the route of a double mind, of a mind that has been tainted, a mind that has not willingly exchanged the righteousness of God as a gift, but is still trying to play their mind games in and with the people of God. And this is not good. In fact, Peter says this is not right. So make sure your oversight, he's saying, to leaders and to teachers is one by example, not by conniving, not by taking advantage of the situation. And that is one that has been and continues to be a message of oversight, regardless if you are the lowest person in the church or the highest person in the church. We are to seek the love of God, the righteousness of God, and have that exchange for our own. God bless you today. We trust that these continue to be words of encouragement. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next time.